Welcome back to the Lawnpro tutorial. We are back reviewing the various modules in the program. We are currently looking at the schedule module and the schedule sub-module within that module. Here in the left-hand side module menu, you will look for the schedule module and then the sub-module is schedule. Inside the schedule module, you will find a calendar looking type function. There are different ways to organize this calendar. This calendar can be seen this way in what's called the calendar view in a very rectangular calendar type way. If you prefer to see it in a list, oftentimes you will need to see it in a list in order to be able to perform multiple functions on multiple events at once. You can see it in list view by pressing the grid view link here. You can also see it as a daily view, monthly, weekly, and various other ways in which you can see the calendar events. Next module repeats the schedule module and it goes into the routing function. All of the events that you can usually see in this calendar can be organized in a route for your crews to be able to drive around the city and make sure that they're getting there efficiently and effectively. In order to get there, we will choose this module here called the routes. When it loads up the routes, you'll see a fairly familiar looking GPS type function where you'll see a map that populates here and you'll see events that are here and you can reorganize the events and they'll come up in different orders here in the map. The next module we'll go through is the time tracking. Here is the time tracking module. The time tracking module can be quite complicated. We will spend lots of time going over this one. It hasn't been very well designed, but essentially it's just a clock of all the employees that are working at particular jobs, or perhaps they're driving. There are different ways to filter that so you can see exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it, who the employee was, what customer they were working for, and lots of different filters that will help you create not only the cost of the service when you're producing the invoice, but they'll actually also help you produce payroll. Next module is called finances. We will find the finances submodule here, or module, and then go into the invoices submodule. The invoices submodule is what you get when a calendar event has been closed, properly edited, and ready to bill the customer. An event turns into an invoice. The invoice list is here, and the very similar menu that we've seen several times before comes back. There's a way to search for particular customers, a way to filter by various crews, ways to filter in other ways, time, paid status, non-paid status, many different filters. You can create new invoices here as well. That was the finances invoices submodule. Next, we'll look at the finances payments module. If you're inside the finances module, the next menu down is estimates. We will ignore that one, but the third one down is payments. In the payments submodule, we're going to see a very similar screen layout that we've seen several times. We'll let it load, but we will see a list at the bottom, various menus and filters at the top, the identifying tree branch letting you know where you are in the software, and then of course the ability to create a new something, whatever it is that you're in the module. That is the action button. Here we'll see the list of payments that have been made, amounts that have been made. Of course, we can filter it lots of different ways. See the payments just by the customer, perhaps a date range, lots of different ways to do that. Next, we will look at the emails module. The emails module is pretty much exactly what it sounds. It is a way for you to email customers. Sometimes those emails will be automated. Sometimes they will be manually managed. Lots of different ways to do the emails. When we get into the emails, you have basically a layout where you have some menus at the top that allow you to pick old templates. There's various ways to make them. You'll also see a list of customers and various ways in which you can pre-fill the list of customers. For example, you could say customers who are due to be serviced today, or perhaps due to be serviced tomorrow. a particular filter will be placed on the calendar of events and then yield those results here in this menu so that you can add them to the email list that you're trying to make. The email itself is pretty simple. You can copy paste images into it. You can have it have displayed pre-filled information, for example, the customer's name or an invoice number. Lots of different ways to create a very powerful email here that you can save a lot of time with and then keep your customer very informed. That was the emails module. And that was the last module. Those are the 10 modules inside Lawnpro that we will use. Learn those extensively, and we will also, of course, go over everything extensively. But if you can comprehend the use of those 10 modules, you'll be an expert in Lawnpro in no time.